All right, welcome back. In our last video, we reviewed making it easy for you to design and maintain the website. So, like we briefly discussed how Gutenberg editor, the default editor in WordPress works, and how Elementor, adds additional functionality. But again, you're learning a completely different interface. So you have two interfaces: one for designing and maintaining your blog posts, and one for designing and maintaining your sales pages, basically, let's just, or brochure pages, if you will. So the next item in my 9 pillars is making your website searchable. So let's look at what comes default within WordPress, and then in some later video, we'll look at how we can enhance that. Before I get into showing the search, I'm going to need some content. So there's a plugin called WordPress, and basically what this does is it creates content for you. And since we're working on a dummy site, this is perfect. It saves us a lot of time. All right, let's activate that. And put it over to the right. All right, so let's look at creating some posts. So let's say I want to create 5 to 8 posts. That's fine. Generate. All right, so it's saying that it created these posts right here. So let me go over to the posts section. Now you can see that we have additional posts. They're not categorized, but that's okay. Let's go over to the front page. And let's go over to our blog section, because that's what posts are. Right, and here is default layout using our Elementor Hello theme, and that's what this looks like. So majority of the time you will notice that users will configure their websites to be like this, where there's no search option. So one of the things we can do now that we have the Pro version installed is we can go to the dashboard and clean this page up a little bit, or design it up a little bit. I'm going to go under Elementor, under Theme Builder. So the Pro version of Elementor gives you this functionality where you can go and say, I want to customize the archive page, which is what the /blog page is. And I want it to look at a certain way. I want to change the design. So again, I was talking to you about how you want the platform to be easy to design and maintain. And this is one of the functionalities from Elementor. Again, it depends on which page builder you're using, but it will give you similar functionality. So it's just whatever you're comfortable with. So here by default, they give you these options for the archive. So let's say you like this single blog post per row layout, or if you like to have 2 columns, you can just pick one, and basically you would have that design ready made. I'm going to go with, let's keep it simple. So I'm going to go with this archive, insert. Here you want to say display conditions, add a condition. Not all archive, we just want posts archive. So we'll save. So just like that, we've literally changed the look and feel of our blog page. So let me show you. Again, go into the home page. We haven't done anything to the home page, but now if I go to the blog page, here's my first post. This post does not have an image. This post does not have an image. This post does have an image, and that's why you're seeing that. So majority of the time, you would want an image on all of your blog posts. Here's the individual look and feel for that blog post. I'm going to edit that. This video is turning out to be more design related than search related, but bear with me. Here we should have the option to attach a featured image, right? So I can click on that, click on featured image. We already have some images, so let's say that was our featured image for the hello world. And let's update that. View post. And again, we're not getting into the individual design just yet. Let's look at our blog page, archive page. So now that has the featured image. So now you get the idea. So now how do we actually get the search functionality? I guess that was the main purpose of this video. So what we need to do is install either the search functionality in the header, or if we had a sidebar, we could have added the search functionality there, or we could add the search option, let's say up on top here within the archive page. So let's do that. So if you hover over Edit with Elementor, since we are on the archive page, wherever Elementor is using any templates, it will show you that here. So imagine if we had designed the header and named it header template, we would have seen, header and then whatever the name is for that. Right now, we just have the archive. So I'm going to go into the template, which is for this blog post, add the search functionality on that template page. So now that the page is loaded, I can just search, see how we have all of these different widgets that are available to us. We can just search for search widget, search form. Let's drop it underneath that. And I'm going to leave that as my default. Don't need to change anything up there. And now if I go back to view the page, now I have search functionality in my archive. So if I were to search for world, I should only see just that one page or this one item. So this is my default search page right now. So again, we would need to design our search layout to be however we want it to be. So that's one of the actual drawback and the powerful feature of using Elementor theme and the Elementor builder. By default, they don't give you anything pre-configured. Whereas if you were to use, let's say, Astra, a lot of this would have been cleaned up and much more presentable than you would find here in Elementor. But in my opinion, it's a little bit harder to make the design changes in Astra. And then, later on, let's say you want to change it up, you have some limitations there. So learning one platform for your design is going to make your life much easier. Again, Elementor with Elementor Pro gives you a whole lot of flexibility in making these design changes with point and click literally. Again, Elementor is not the only one. I just want to make that clear. I'm sticking with Elementor because that's what I've decided is going to be my core tool, because there's 5 different page builders and learning each one is a commitment in itself, because every few days you have changes happening in every page builder. You're adding new features and functionalities, and just being able to stay up to date just makes it that much harder if you're using multiple different ones, or keep switching from one to another over the years. You just get comfortable with one, find one that is popular and has most of the features. Elementor is definitely popular, no question about that. Doesn't have a whole lot of features that some of the newer builders are coming out with. but in my opinion, the stability, people will question that. Pick one. All right, pick one that you like. If you're going to follow this channel, majority of the time I'm going to be using Elementor. So I guess that's what you're going to learn from my end. All right, we'll leave it at that. So that was the search functionality, and then marketing, some of the things that you need in order to do proper marketing of your content, of your services, is something that I'm going to cover in the next video. Okay, see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like if you found value. All right, see you in the next.